Hey everyone, this is Thorgal and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. A couple things have changed around the island between episodes and I wanted to show you guys those things first before we get started with our projects today. And that is, I got rid of the grass over here. It's got on my nerves that I constantly had mobs spawn over here, cows, sheep and so on. It bugs me. A, they shouldn't spawn here if I don't leave the area, which doesn't make any sense to me in the first place. And secondly, because they're hostile, it's just a pain in the bum. And so I replaced all the grass with the green clay, just the parts that we needed are left, and I also added one hydrogena over here. Just there was a torch here, we only had 3, and I just wanted to have a 4th one in case we continue doing things with Botania soon. That is the first thing, and now something real quick. Well, not real quick, but before we go inside the workshop, I wanted to show you guys a new building I added and let you guess what it's going to be for. Right there. I hope you guys can see what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be a forestry beehive. Right there. It's supposed to be one of these. Like the modest hive. And this is where we're gonna set up our bee area today. We got a couple other things to do first though. And yeah, inside this is yellow and black glass, you know, so it's this, it just keeps the look of the hive, like here. And it's okay, I think we should have a lot of room, and it's something different. It does look a little bit out of place here next to this building, but hey, this Minecraft, we can be colorful and playful. I think it's gonna do its job. And inside I left the floor out on the sides because we're gonna have to run conduits and stuff and so on. So I just leave it empty for now until everything is set up, and then, you know, we're gonna have flowers inside and things like that. So now you might ask is, where did you get all the yellow and black dye from? I had, you guys remember the 2 seeds for the dandelions and the poppies. I did set up a little sprinkler over here because I wanted to have something over here so it can, you know, grow faster. And I just set up the dandelion seed we have here. You guys see that was just a 9, 6, 10, and this one here is a 9, 10, 8. I didn't grow them up. It does its job. And I added this chest up here with a filter for only these 2. Because I want to make sure that everything else that we don't need keeps getting voided. All these barrels are full for a long time now. Right there, you guys see all 64 stacks. Besides the resin, or syrup, I should say. And up here, oh my god. I had no idea I have this many. I made one of these monster chests just so I can leave the stuff in there. And I'm probably now, after the episode, just gonna tear all this down again so it stops growing because, well, I don't think we're gonna need any more dyes. So that's where I got yellow from, but black was a problem. I did not want to make the, this guy right here, the black mystical flower. I don't want to spend any time with AgriCraft. I got a little burned out on that in regrowth because we did it for week after week after week. So many things, right? So there's other ways to do it, and that is down here. If you below, I think 62 to 45, I'm going to have to check the wiki on that. I'm not sure. And you make a water tank, you're going to have squids spawn. And you guys see there's... Hey, what is that particle effect? Oh, that's my magnet trying to suck things out. Let me take that off. Okay, cool. Because the barrel is full. All I did is put a rancher here and hooked it up to the power. It's right underneath here. And this barrel filled up probably in a little bit over an hour. It's full. It's crazy. So that's the all the ink. I'm actually going to take a few stacks just so we can put them in the ME. And that's where I got the black dye from. And that's how I made... It's actually not black, right? I mean, somebody else tell me, please, that this looks dark brown. This has no hint of black to me. But it's perfect for this hive. I think it's better than black, but it's still weird that it's brown and not black. Anyway, so let's put these away real quick. And let me put this guy on again. And I'm probably gonna just leave it down there the way it is. I don't think we're ever gonna need more ink sacs. And if I ever need a rancher for something else, I'm gonna use it. And now let me show you guys here. I added a couple of recipes. Fluid transposer, automatically this stuff, and there's gonna be more coming, and I'll show you guys where these are in a minute. Then I have an automated induction smelter for Invar, Electrum, and Bronze or Tinker's Alloy. Added a few AE recipes here, also dense cables, and down here the item duct and the empty flux ducts. And then we got a pulverizer that... What? This is not right. Why did I put that here? That's not supposed to be in the pulverizer. That's supposed to be in the molecular assembly chamber. Let's put it right there. That makes the Signalium blend out of 1 pulverized silver, 1 redstone bucket, and 3 pulverized copper. And that's why I have the redstone bucket up here. And then I have a redstone furnace with just glass and the Signalium ingot, because this is what we're sending to the smeltery to make us Signalium gears, okay? You guys see the drives are a little fuller because I had this running for a bit, because I used a lot of materials. And I added this auto crafting stuff up here now. Or I should, not auto crafting, automation. I want to leave these down here the way they are. I don't want to touch them. I always like to have a manual setup, okay? But I also made the reinforced out of these 3: induction, redstone furnace, and pulverizer, and of course gave them the speed augments right there. So this stuff is quite fast. And then I added 3 fluid transposers and magma crucibles. They are not overclocked, nothing. They're just the basic ones. And how this works here with ME, I ran the dense cable over here. You guys see we're using 12 or 32 channels. That's why I used the dense. I could have used other ones, but I want to have dense over here so I can continue all the way around if we need more machines that we automate and stuff. Now, let me explain everything here, in case you have never set anything like this up. And if you're not familiar with AE, hopefully I can explain it so it makes sense. It's very easy to do this setup, okay? And I did not want to do it on camera because I wanted to prepare so many things for today's episode. So how this works is, there's a magma crucible that is always going to have ender pearls. So there's an export bus on top, just set to ender pearl. No upgrades, nothing. And so this guy is always going to be full with resonant ender, and it's outputting it into the fluid transposer. So there's 20 buckets altogether, always ready. And on the fluid transposer, I have an ME interface that is encoded with, you send 1 empty bucket here, and you're going to create a resonant ender bucket, okay? And just in case you've never seen that, let me show you here in the pattern encoder how you do that. So you put that in here, and you got to make sure you set it to the processing, okay? It's not a crafting pattern, it's a processing pattern. And then you just put an empty bucket here, and the resonant ender bucket there. So you have to fill 1 by hand, and so you can place it there, encode it, and you get this guy, and you put that into this. So now what happens is, when you want a resonant ender bucket for something, oh, it has an, oops, resonant right there, we have one. But if I want to order another one that I need, for example, to make the Enderium blend, when I get to it, I haven't automated that yet, then I can simply, the ME system knows where to get it. And now I'll show you guys what happens. You guys see instantly an empty bucket was sent here. It's already filled. And then here, to save some channels, can I get back here somewhere? There we go. I added, it's going to be hard to see. I guess I can show from underneath real quick. I think it's going to be, yeah. Right there. Okay, cool. And I set the output on those 3 fluid transposers to the back, and it goes into an impulse duct, and that goes into an ME interface, so it goes back. So I did not have to put import buses back here. And it's a very short distance, so it's actually quite fast, okay? So I hope that makes sense. And close this off. And then the other ones are even easier. And, oh, sorry, so this one is ender. This one is redstone, so we can make, the energy ducts easy. Or the Signalium blend. You guys see in this interface here, I got the destabilized redstone bucket and the redstone energy flux duct, which is you send 1 energy flux duct empty, and it fills it for you. So maybe I'll just show this real quick, because we're going to need more of those anyway. Now I only have 20 left, so let's just make 30. So it's going to craft these first, because I have the crafting recipe in a molecular assembly chamber out of hardened glass and electrum. And there we go. It's going to craft these and instantly send them here. And now it's filling it. and it's going out the back in the flux stud back into the ME system. So that's it. And then we have the same thing for glowstone bucket, just so we have one, and to make the impulse item ducts. So here we're just always have energized glowstone. All right. And then over here I have the induction smelter, redstone furnace, and pulverizer, always with an interface on top. We don't have anything in the pulverizer yet, but it's gonna come for silver, tin, and so on. And here I say, you know, if I want glass, sand here. I'm sure a lot of you guys know how to do all this, but I just want to show it once in case people have never done it before. And it's gonna send sand here, make glass, and it's importing it back into the ME system. And here's those 3 alloys. So that's what I did here. Very simple. Now let's see. What else did I do? Nothing. Yes, okay. So now today what I want to do is get started with the bees. With that chapter, this is the only quest that is here. We have to make a carpenter, a squeezer, and a centrifuge. So let's go ahead and start with these. And easiest way is, let's just go down here. Forestry, and I think it's on page 2. Yes, there we go. So this is the carpenter. We just need Tinker's alloy, a sturdy casing. The centrifuge also needs a sturdy casing, and the squeezer needs a sturdy casing. Guess what? I made a pattern for the sturdy casing, which, in case you're not familiar with, it's just the ring of bronze or Tinker's alloy. But you need that a lot with Gendustry and so on, so I made a pattern so I don't need to make it. And also, if I run out of Tinker's alloy, it's going to make that automatically for me. So let's go ahead and make this guy. This guy. And what the machines do and so on, we'll get to when we need them or set them up. But now we have these guys made, which is awesome. And we get 5 tropical hives, 16 honeycombs, and a beealizer. Beealizer you can make in the carpenter yourself. It's very easy to make, but we got one for free. Cool. Attracting bees. To start into the wonderful world of apiculture, you must first attract some bees. Craft an artificial hive, then process seeds in a squeezer to get seed oil. Place a bucket of seed oil in a wooden barrel and stick the hive in the barrel of oil. Once you have a scented artificial hive, place it somewhere the bees will enjoy. Forest bees want a forest biome. All bees need to see the sky. Okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and make one of these. I'm probably gonna make more of them. And for the time being, I would like to get a chest. And I'm gonna put it right out here for now. Next to this. And that's where I'm gonna put all of this stuff. There we go. So, was it scented? Yes. Scented? No, it was artificial. Artificial. There we go. This guy right here. It's just a hay bale and silk mesh. Okay, I think we're gonna have enough wheat over here. Let's just make whatever, just 4 stacks. And go ahead and make this for me. Let's get as many as we can. And sure, so just so I don't have the wheat sitting around. And now we're gonna have to make 21 of these. And if I don't have enough in the ME system, I have more over at the mob farm. But we're just gonna make a bunch of these now. Well, I guess we can only make 16. And like that. Okay. Bam. And I guess 16 is gonna be enough. And we're just gonna take this back out. I don't want this stuff in the ME. It has its spot over here. So I want to put it back. So now that we have that, we're gonna need a wooden barrel. And we're gonna automate this, of course. So on top, we're just gonna put a hopper. Actually, ooh, I don't have hopper automated. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's go ahead and automate a hopper. That should have been done a long time ago. And put that in there, right there. Good. So let's get 2 hoppers. That's all we're gonna do. Bam. Yes. Okay, cool. So now it says in the book that we need to put Stick the hive in the barrel of oil. So we need a bucket of seed oil. Okay, so I'm gonna say that is the first thing we're gonna need to set up. And for now, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep real quick. Oh, I just prepared this one little trench right here, and ran power all the way down. And I do have, oops, wrong chest, you know, the structural pipes here so we can make covers for the gaps we don't need. But for right now, I want to leave it uncovered because we're going to have a lot of machines. And we're going to place the squeezer right here so it's powered. And we need to feed seeds in the squeezer. The squeezer takes seeds and makes seed oil out of them. And we're going to run this in here. And I'm going to need some servos. I only automated the reinforced ones, by the way, because... cancel. I don't want to make this right now. Let's just make 4... Because I don't... That stuff is so cheap to make if you have the glass that I don't see any reason to ever not use it anymore. Okay, and the best way to get seeds, in my opinion, is pumpkins, because they give you 4 stacks each. And let's just make it all almost. Hello? There we go. And let's make the last one. You need a lot of seeds. But luckily, you know, we got a whole barrel full of seeds. And yeah, we can turn this on already. Ignore it. And the seeds are coming in here. And you guys see it starting to squeeze. And you're going to see one seed gives you... I think this is 10 buckets, so that's 30 millibuckets. So 10 millibuckets per seed. So you get very little. So that means we're going to need 100 for 1 bucket. All right. I want to test if we can suck the seed oil out from the top into the side of this hardened portable tank. That's going to hold 32 buckets. Because then from here, I would like to come out the bottom and run the fluid back here. Of course, I need to disconnect it right there. So why don't we test this first? I'm going to need a servo. Bam. And let's see if it works. Yes, it does. Very cool. I'm happy about that. And now, of course, the first thing I want to try is going to be, let's see here. I'm going to have a chest there with a hopper pointing into it. And on top of that, we're going to have this barrel. Come on. And now we should be able to come with the liquid in like this once I turn it on down there to suck it out. And we can have this guy right there. And I'm not even going to put a chest on top of that. I'm just going to put these 16 in there. Okay? And I don't want to turn it on yet. Let's give it a little more seed oil first. Probably I want to wait until this barrel is full. And of course also the carpenter. I want to automate this guy also if we ever need it. So the carpenter also, you can either put seed oil, oh, it says it right there, honey, seed oil, or water. These 3 things. If we need one for water, I'm going to make another one and set it up somewhere else. But let's go in here. So this guy should always get that too. Okay, cool. So we have that. And now this is like that. Like I said, it's going to take a while. So let me just turn this on to extract. And it filled this not all the way because it probably put some over here. Yes. So you know what? I think... No, I need a different... I don't think there is... Maybe there is one here. One of these guys right there where I can say nearest first or something like that. But it's okay. I'm just going to let this run for a while, guys. Wow, it already did process a lot of seeds. I'm going to just go AFK, let this fill up with seed oil, let this fill up with seed oil. And actually, because they're already up in here, it means that once this barrel is at 100%, it's going to send one of them in here. It turns it into the scented artificial hive and then set it out here. So once we get all those done, guys, I'll BRB. Right, it's been over 10 minutes now, and it just finally did one of these artificial hives. And we got 3.2 buckets over here. So for some reason, it actually favors this one compared to that, which is fine. But this is still too slow for my taste. So I made a second squeezer. We're going to slap that up here. And we're going to run power up this way, disconnect it here, because we got power from underneath. And we need to add... Oh, I'm going to need to get another server. Hopefully I got the glass for it. So this is going to also pump in here. And then, of course, we need to have another item duct going up there. And that's where I need the servo. I'm short hardened glass. You know what? Let's go ahead and set that up. This pattern real quick. Let's get rid of these for a second. And the way we need to do this is first, I need to get an obsidian. Just one of them. And that will turn into, I believe, 4, right? So let's check here real quick on the recipe for that. But I'm pretty sure it turns into... Hello? Oh, I made recipe. I need to do usage. Come on. Yeah, it turns into 4. So what I'm going to do here is set this to processing again and say 1 obsidian turns into 4 pulverized obsidian. And get rid of that, put it back in there. And then put that in here for the pulverizer. So now we have that automated to make this. And then I'm going to say, I believe it is 4. 4 to 1 in the induction smelter to make hardened glass. 2 hardened glass. Okay. So now 4 of these plus 1 lead. And because I don't have, well, actually, do I still have hardened glass? None. Okay. So I need to get one of these real quick. And the obsidian, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just do 1 manual. Like that. Maybe I can get it out? No. What? Alright, that was just a display error. So now we just gotta wait a moment for this to come into the ME system. There's the hardened glass, the 2. So you put that over here. Encode that pattern. And now we can put this into this induction smelter right there. Let's put it to the right. Let's do it like that. Okay. So now when I need hardened glass, it knows where to get it from. So now you guys can see if I order more servos. Let's go with 10. You see what? It's available to craft 4. So now it knows how to craft this. And I can craft this and bam, there they are. Hope that you guys like that in case you're not that familiar with AE yet. How simple it is to automate that and how to find out, how to go backwards. What are the parts I need to do? And now let's use this one guy right there and set it to ignored. So now this guy up here is also going to get seeds. So now we have 2 squeezers doing the work and it should be, well, twice as fast, of course. And I'm going to keep getting more pumpkin seeds and put them in there manually. And I actually noticed that we only have these, where are they? Over here. We only have 1 row right now, right here, right? Actually, yeah, that's melon and that's pumpkin. But I think we're going to be fine. I'm going to keep my eye on it because, we used a ton now and I'm going to get more. If we need more, then I'll just add more rows to the pumpkins, but it should be fine. Once this tank is full and so on, then we'll see how many we have left. And again, I'll be back once this is... Actually, hold on a second. I think we only needed 1 of those. There's 2 more, but I won't fit them all in here anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and turn in scented artificial hive. Oh, I made 2. Okay. There it is, and now we get 5 meadows and 5 modest. Cool. Now, I do want to set these up. I would really like to... It's been a long time since I don't even remember when was the last time I used these to get it. And, it depends on the biome you're in. And you guys remember I did some exploring. I think over here was some cold biome, if I don't... What was it like? Stone Beach, and then here's Extreme Hills. So here we would probably get the wintry hives, I'm guessing. But I would really like to find a plains to get meadows, and I know there was one biome this way, and also a forest if I can. So, I'm gonna let this keep going over there to get more of these, and I'm gonna explore and find out if I can find any other biomes in the area, and I'll BRB. And we're finally having some leftover seed oil here. It finished processing all 16 of these. This guy's full, and also these pipes here hold a ton. I think I remember saying the other episode that each one of them holds 4 buckets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be another 20 buckets that are just sitting in these pipes, which kind of sucks, but oh well. We're finally having some overflow. And this chest is empty, but these guys are still processing the last few. And I'm going to be on top of that between episodes because I think we're going to need a lot more. So, I did some exploring, like I said. I found plains up here, a swampland, a forest biome, and also a taiga. I didn't find anything over here. That was all ocean or deep ocean. And over here, we knew about the extreme hills. So, that's how I marked them on the map for now. And I want to show you guys what I have planned for that because, again, I am not sure how this works. I remember a very long time ago that I did something with it, but I don't remember what I did with them. I think I just placed them and then waited or something. But after a while they dried out or something. I don't remember, okay? So this is kind of new to me. So over here in the forest biome, I made this, little platform grass. Kind of made it foresty looking, right? And I just got these 3 here. So I figured I want to put down 3 right here. And just like that. And they have access to the sun, to the sky, like it says in the quest book. And now I am not sure what's supposed to happen. If they're going to turn into other hives or they're going to dry out. So I have no idea if we're going to be able to see this episode or next episode, like I'm going to be able to show you guys some results. But I'm going to go ahead and fly over to the plains and to the swampland, and we'll set up 3 more each there also. Alright, this is the swampland one. And I'm trying to, make it just a little look like the biomes. And of course, we're going to need the water here. We got it, alright. And again, also I want to place 3 here. 2 I'm going to place above ground. And 1 I actually want to place in the water. Just to see what happens. If this maybe turns into one of the... What are those called? The blue ones? Oh, they're not here. I thought there was like watery ones or something like that. Well, I'm going to leave it in there. We'll see what happens. And let's go over to the plains one, the last one. Which is the easiest because I didn't put any trees, Usually you only find very scarce trees there. And let's put the 3 right there. So, I'm far away from these chunks, so I might have to AFK in them for a while, one after another. But I don't want to do this today. I'm already very late with this episode, so I want to finish this up. And we do have a lot of bees, but I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this and then hopefully be able to report back to you guys next episode if something happened. And I have not marked the island, but it's somewhere in here. There it is. Alright, cool. I was about to cut because I wasn't sure how long the flight is, but we're here already. And let's go back over here because we can turn in another quest I saw. And that is... this one right there. Apiaries. I remember we got them from a quest reward. And it's kind of cool because we get the Apiaries shirt and the hat. And these protect you from bad buffs that some bees, like jungle bees, nether bees, and so on. They give you a debuff if you don't wear this protective armor here. And I'm taking the bag. We're doing good on hearts. And I'm gonna put this in here for now, and the rest of these scented hives. We'll see. Let's open this fella. Let's see what's up. Ooh, what is this? I have no idea. Unnamed recall stone. Unnamed recall stone. Tempting, tempting. I'm gonna leave them down here so I don't forget about them, but I want to make sure, you know, I'll do a server backup or something first before I use them. We'll look into it next episode or so. And now it also tells us to make a scoop. Now don't forget, we already have this really cool scoop here that we got as a quest reward with repair 5 on it, which is really cool, and we're gonna use it in a second, but let's still make a regular scoop. And I think it's 1 wool and then just sticks like this, right? Yeah, cool. Alright, so we made a scoop. We turn that quest in and we get an unusual princess and unusual drone. Now that we're starting to get drones, there's a few more things we need to do. And the first one of them is I would like to make an apiarist chest. I don't know yet how I want to exactly handle all the bees. Wait, am I... Oh, there it is. Okay, 2 less, which is good, so we can use some more. The apiarist chest. I usually don't use it much because I like to set up an ME system dedicated to bees, but I want to get going with bees first and have something we can, you know, play around with. And until then, we're just going to use an apiarist chest. And we can put that one right there. Now, the apiarist chest is pretty cool because it has 5 pages and it shows you the queens, the princesses, the drones, and so on. So I'm just going to put them in here. And you guys see here, when you discover something, and you'll see in a second how that works, it also shows it to you in here on the left-hand side there. And we'll get to that in a second. I'm going to leave this guy here. But I think it is time that we're going to open these right here. Let's just double check the quests real quick. The frames we're not going to do today. This one is a Botania flower, which I definitely want to look into. We have to set that up. And be gone. Too many drones, feed them to the begonia to power other more useful flowers like the... Aha! So this flower here generates drones, and if you're lucky it says even a princess. And this one here eats bees, I guess to make you mana. Interesting. Well, we'll look into that definitely. That looks very interesting. And we don't have time to go into the industrial apiaries just yet today, but this is what this is for. But let's go ahead and open all these up. I think that is a good thing to do. So we also get more combs, and we can actually set up the centrifuge real quick. So you have to use a scoop. If you use a pick, you break it and you're not getting anything back. I just want to make sure that I don't get too full. Alright, and you guys see these last ones, we got meadows. And this is ignoble, and pristine. Nice, we got 1 pristine, that's very nice. Ignoble and pristine, the difference between them is the pristines you can use for breeding. Ignobles are pretty much pure production. You cannot breed with them. And they will also eventually die out in apiaries. In bee houses, they do not die out. You can keep them forever. And then we got the modestes from the other one. And from the first one, we got tropicals and even 1 valiant. Okay? So let's keep putting them in here for just for the time being. And then we can sort them later. But we got a few more combs. Okay, there's also different ones. This regular one was from the meadows. This one was from the tropical ones. And this one was from the... Which one? Tropical... Modest, right? That's the one we had? I forgot already. So those are the different combs. Oh, there's 2 more. All right. And I'm going to put them in here for the time being. So now it's time to start using this here. Now the centrifuge, we definitely need to automate, okay? Because, I mean, guys, this section here later on will probably change again when I say, you know, automate this with ME or something. And let me just put light here so it's a little brighter for the time being. Better for the recording, right? But this guy right here, I think we can just... Oh, and by the way now, because this guy has repair 5 on it, by the way, as long as I have it, I think, on me, I think you have to have it on you. It's gonna repair slowly, alright? And I'll make sure it keeps getting repaired. But I need a chest. 1 chest. 2 chests for now. Let's do it like that. And we're gonna take, again, a hopper. Make me one of those. And then also, again, I left them, oops, right here, right? Yes. Just take this out, so... And we're running a little bit out of room. Let's move this right there. What? Did I not take the machine? Where? What? Oh, I put it down right there. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. So how we want to do this? I'm just gonna have the hopper going into the back for now. And we'll place that one chest right there. It's gonna go in here. And the output... Let's just put it right here for now. And we're gonna have these coming out. Oh, what's with the lag? And disabled in the back. I don't want it to go back into this chest. And we're gonna put a server right there and sell it to always go. So now what we can do is, I'm gonna just show you these 15. I'm gonna keep these here. I'm actually gonna keep 5 more. In case there's any recipes that we need to make something with combs. Some recipes require combs, and we don't have any left over, but, you know, it's not that important. So, actually, let's put it in here, so we can test if it works. Yeah, it goes in here. It gets centrifuged, and you're gonna see now, we're gonna get honey drops and the beeswax right there. Now, beeswax doesn't have that many uses, really. You can make these capsules, some upgrades from dentistry later, and it needs honey to make scented paneling. I think that is for aviaries, and we can make some candles, more candles, and crate it. We can make torches and so on. So that's not really that special. I guess for this upgrade right here, it's important to have. But what we're after really is the honey drops. Oh, okay, it didn't update. My bad. So, honey drops don't have much use at all besides glistening metal. You can use it like for, instead of gold nuggets and apparently stamps. Yeah, we don't need that. We're never going to make any stamps. That's for multiplayer. We don't worry about food. We don't care about that. Aha, I didn't know you can squeeze them to get propolis? Propolis? Oh my god, I don't like that word. Propolis. Alright, but right now the main function we're gonna need is for the beealyzer. Here it is. The beealyzer is, well, like a tablet, okay? And that runs on honey drops. Everything you identify in there is gonna run on honey drops. So, let me give you an example. Let's get this pristine Meadows Princess, okay? This one right here. The ignoble ones, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. We'll figure it out. But let's get these drones also. And there is no auto sort. No. Okay, cool. So what you're doing is, you see here unknown genome. And when you put it in here, bam, it identified it and used one honey drop. And now it shows us active and inactive. And when you have a pristine purebred Meadows Princess, or any princess purebred, both sides are going to say the same thing, okay? They're going to be different if you have a mixed breed, like a Meadows Forest or Forestry Meadows. Then the first one, you know, is going to be on one column and the other. And that gets into breeding, which we're going to get to next time, because we want to breed some really cool bees, right? So this just tells you, you know, all kinds of different things. Lifespan, production, flower type, you know which flowers they need, the territory, how large of an area they cover. So all the flowers in there and trees are going to be affected. They don't have any effect. This effect right here is what we need this armor for. So, for example, let's do it. The tropical right there. You see right here, effect poison. So when you get near the apiary where these are active, you're gonna get poisoned. But if you wear the apiarist armor, you're not. Okay, and then you can go deeper. Okay, you can put it into the second slot. It only takes one honey drop to identify it once. But the second slot, you know, tells you what climate they need, humidity, if they're diurnal, nocturnal, tolerant flyer, cave dwelling, and so on. And I'll get into these more when we get to actual making bees, because it's going to be easier. And it shows you what they make. And then mutations, because we don't have any discovered yet. It doesn't show us. And this, I guess, is like lore or something that's getting scientifically here. Whatever. And let's do the same for the drones. They tell you the same thing. Let's compare these two. Wait a second. You cannot swap them. You need to take the other ones out first and so on. Shorter, slowest, slower. Shorter, slowest, slower. Okay. And so on. Again, I don't want to confuse you guys now, and don't get scared away by this, okay? It's awesome. I love bees. They're really easy, and they're a lot of fun. It's no more difficult than setting up a quarry and stuff like that. So now we got that done. Let's see if we have any other quests that we can complete today. No. Hi guys. So like I said, I'm gonna go back and forth between these little islands and see. You know what? We're gonna fly out here while I talk and see if maybe something happened. But I'm gonna sleep first. Next episode, we're gonna get into, you know, gendistry, setting up these botania flowers to make us more drones, because I really want to see what that is about. That looks very cool. And we're gonna get into gendistry. With gendistry, to make bees and mutate them, there is no more luck involved. You can dictate what you want, and that makes bees a lot of fun, by the way. If you just do it the plain forestry way, you need to spend a lot of time, and you have a lot of trial and error trying to get the bees you want. It can turn into a little bit pain in the butt, but I did it that way too, and I still had fun. I like bees, and when we have them set up and finished, you guys are going to see how awesome they're going to be, because they're going to make us everything we want. All right, so nothing happened here yet. I am saying that these should turn into forestry hives. So they should turn into these right here. Eventually. Like I said, I'm going to go AFK here now while I edit the video and so on, and then see if maybe, you know, they turn around or they change their look and so on and become the other ones. And next episode, I'll give you guys an update how this all turned out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me out. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe so you get all the updates of the newest videos. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.